tennis legends just did something we rarely see. They broke their silence, and honestly, they didn't hold back one bit. Novak Djokovic, Jessica Pegula, multiple Grand Slam champions, all coming out to slam the WTA for what just happened to Alex Eala.
The other day with Alex Eala, that's been a talk, and which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's a big interest. So things like that happen. I mean, it's...
And if you think this is just about a small court, you're wrong. This is much deeper. Let me tell you exactly what went down. Alex Eala, 19 years old, from the Philippines. She just won the Dubai Open as a qualifier. Do you understand how insane that is? She came through qualifying matches just to enter the main draw. Then she took down Grand Slam champions one by one, former champions, top-ranked players. She destroyed them all and lifted her first WTA 1000 trophy. This should have been her moment. The rising star, the new face of Asian tennis. A country of 110 million people finally has their first genuine WTA champion. So what does the WTA do with her next match? They put her on a tiny backcourt, no crowd, no cameras, no respect. Empty stands like she's some random qualifier nobody cares about. This girl just won Dubai and they buried her on court 7. Jessica Pegula saw this and immediately called them out.
It's amazing. I mean, I played her when she kind of broke out last year in Miami, and I'm from there, and the whole crowd was against me, and I was like, what on earth is going on? Like, where do these people come from? And then week after week, as she has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour, they all come out to support her. And so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on too small of a court. We saw it here. You can hear it from the hotel. You can hear the crowd roaring, especially at night. So it's incredible.
She said it's embarrassing. She said if you win Dubai, you should be on a show court, period. She pointed out that Eala is from the Philippines and the WTA just disrespected 110 million potential new tennis fans with one stupid decision. But then Novak Djokovic stepped in. And this is where it gets huge. Djokovic rarely comments on WTA matters. He stays in his lane, but this time he couldn't stay quiet. He posted supporting Eala and calling out the double standards in tennis. He basically said, we keep talking about growing the sport globally, but then we treat non-Western champions like they don't deserve the big stage. Think about that. The guy who has won more Grand Slams than anyone just called out racial bias in tennis scheduling, and he's right.
You could argue that it was, maybe a poor schedule, and maybe they could schedule him on a bigger court. Yes, but again, she's so young and she's just coming through. So, and obviously the first couple rounds, the schedule is so packed. The big courts with big names, it's difficult. It's not easy to manage that, but. Again, it's a good problem to have, to be honest. Let's just imagine if there's a lack of people coming.
Let's be real for a second. If Eala was American, if she was European, if she came from a traditional tennis country, would they have put her on that small court? Absolutely not. She would have been on center stage with full promotion and media coverage. But because she's Filipino, because she's Asian, because she doesn't have the Western media machine behind her, they treated her like she's invisible. This isn't the first time. We've seen it happen to players from non-traditional markets again and again. The WTA talks about equality and growing the game globally, but their actions tell a different story. Pegula said it best. She understands sports business. Her family owns the Buffalo Bills. She knows how to build a brand, and she knows that when you bury a champion from a massive market like the Philippines, you're not just disrespecting one player. You're telling millions of people that their champion doesn't matter, that they don't matter, and what happens next? Those millions of people stop watching tennis. They find another sport, another league, another hero. And tennis loses. Djokovic has been fighting for player rights his entire career. He started the PTPA to give players more power against organizations like the WTA and ATP. And this Eala situation is exactly why that fight matters. Players need someone to speak up when organizations make decisions based on bias instead of merit. The WTA needs to answer some serious questions. Why was the Dubai champion moved to a small court? Would this have happened to a European player? Why do players from Asia consistently get less promotion and worse scheduling? When will the WTA actually start treating all champions equally? Pegula and Djokovic just lit the fuse. Now the tennis world is watching to see if the WTA responds or if they'll stay silent like always. Here's what I need you to do. If you believe Alex Eala deserved better, if you think champions should be treated like champions no matter where they're from, hit that like button right now. Let's show the WTA that fans are watching and we're not happy, and comment below. Type the name of a player from your country who you think deserves more respect. Maybe it's Eala, maybe it's someone else. Let's flood the comments and make some noise, because silence is exactly what they want. They want us to accept it and move on, but we won't. I'll be back with more updates as this story develops. Djokovic and Pegula just started something big. And trust me, this is far from over. Thanks for watching. Stay loud, stay passionate, and I'll see you in the next one.